Wednesday. Hello, everybody. We are rocking and rolling. I am not playing City of Heroes right now, so let me fix my background. Mantha was early today. She was the first one, so it totally threw everything off. I was so surprised.
Got to keep you on your toes.
There we go. Now we're doing D&D like we should. So, I have some exciting news for you guys. Parker's, um, is there a way for you? I presume you three are in the same building. Is that correct?
At the moment, yes.
All right. Does one of you have a computer that is able to show the Twitch stream and have volume that all of you can hear it?
We are all in different rooms at the moment.
Correct. That does not answer my question. Is there a way for you all three to go into the same room and watch the same computer? Or can all three of you get on Twitch and watch the stream for a moment?
Yeah, I can watch the stream.
What about you, Logan? Are you able to watch the stream or go to somewhere that's playing the stream?
I guess I could, but the last time I tried the stream, it didn't really work.
Get out here then. I'll even
Well, that was just the
unplug my
last time. I
headphones.
don't know if it's still.
All right, so go to the stream, check it out, see if it works. I need to check my volume anyway. Cool, I can hear myself. So let's see if I can hear. As you are
I can hear you. Haha.
as you are the moderator, go ahead and say hello, Miss Mantha, please. Say hello, Miss Mantha, please. Say hello, Miss Mantha, please.
Sorry, I missed that. Can you repeat that? Sorry, I missed that. Can you repeat that?
Perfect. I just wanted you to say something so I could make sure that you guys were being heard as well. All right, so this is what's going to happen every week from now on. Frick.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow, fancy.
All right, so thank you for indulging me, guys. You can go back to your computers and such. So there might be a change in the music because that's the same music as one of my other videos. But for the most part, that is what is done. I did not do the video. I worked with a guy named Drake Takes, who does my videos for me. A guy named Marbanya is going to be doing the music. So if I can get them to communicate better, then the music will change. If not, worst case scenario, it stays the same, and it's not that bad.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
Alrighty, so yeah, with a couple, I showed it on one of my other streams as well. We had a couple comments on somebody really liking Krek as he's blasting off the side of the screen, and people liking the familiars. So I think it turned out pretty well. Hope you guys like it.
Yeah, it's neat.
So we went last week. We're going to jump right in because last week we were in the middle of a fight. I am checking something. Okay, good. I did update the message of the day like I thought. All right, so there's a picture. You guys were walking, had talked to the people in the town council. Ashley, do you remember what the town councilman, the two main subjects you guys were talking about? One of those two? Do you remember what one of them was?
Well, I know we tried to bring up Captain Smilodon. What was his name, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Captain Smilodon's things. Yep.
They really wanted us, they were pressing us more urgently to do one of, I forgot exactly what they wanted us to do.
The
But,
sewers underneath the city.
or yeah, check out the sewers. And they were like, do this now. And we're like, okay.
All right. And Logan, do you remember what the second thing was they were asking you about? Give you a clue. Think about any session over the last 2 months.
The tower.
Yep. Yep. So they'd asked you guys about the Burning Keep, what you'd found out there. And then the other thing was they'd wanted you to go down below the city. And Mantha, do you remember one of the things that was a little surprising they mentioned that adds to the importance of going underneath the city?
Yeah, so hopefully we'll actually follow the DM's plans.
Yeah, but do you remember why that's important?
Yeah. Yeah, there were several groups of people that were sent down to investigate the sewers in our place. And all of those groups are missing. And one of those groups included Cromwell, which, for anybody that is recently popping in, Cromwell traveled with us for a long time. He's Logan's previous character. So we've kind of got a personal interest in trying to make sure that Cromwell is safe and alive and well. And hopefully we'll actually get to this like in the next few sessions and not in like, half a year, 6 months.
So for the record, you guys don't have to do that still. You can still do everything else you want. It wasn't like you all just decided, oh, we don't care, we're just going to go wander off. You were doing other things. So um, if you find other things you feel are as important, then you can definitely do that. However, when you left the meeting, as you were going away from the restaurant, Genesis mentioned she had some things she wanted to do. And so she was going to part company with you guys. And as she was talking about this gnome stumbles out of a restaurant and very agitated, and all of a sudden starts shooting spells, sees Cromwell and Kithri, and starts,
Crack.
Crick and Kithri, and starts blasting spells at them. Doesn't appear to see Tusk at all, as Tusk was running up and talking to them, interacted with Genesis a little bit, um, but for the most part, he is intent on destroying Krek and Kithri for some reason unknown to the players at this point. And that is where we left off. I did forget to mention a woman ran out following the gnome, and both of them are very well dressed, especially for the middle of the day. And she's trying to get, no, don't hurt him, he doesn't know what he's doing. And she is currently on Tusk's leg, trying to prevent him from attacking her friend, or the blue gnome. We presume it's her friend because she's also a gnome, but that's racist, so don't want to presume anything.
Yeah, it's the fact that he's a gnome and not the fact that she's trying to stop Tusk from getting near him.
All right, so that leads us. Anything anybody wanted to add or subtract or mention beyond what I just said?
No, that sounds about right.
Alrighty, so that leads us to Kithri. Take us away. What would you like to do?
Uh, sorry, let me open up the map. I believe I was going forward to try to use the spell magic on him, and I think I had invisibility cast. So I think I will continue with that plan.
Sorry, stream. We're trying to get this. Here, I'll just do it this way. There we go. A couple different ways you can adjust your screen. So just trying to get the right one.
Hmm.
Whoop.
And
I'm going to move him.
I will use my slingshot to cast dispel magic.
All right, so you're casting Dispel Magic on Mr. Gnome. Would you share Dispel Magic in the chat, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so it's basically the same as Counterspell. That's what I thought it was, but wasn't sure. Does the, I forget, does it say specifically what Mage Bane does? I believe it uses your DC, doesn't it? Or does it have a built-in DC?
Let me look. From what I can tell, it does not say. I think we've just been using Kithri's spell DC because she is an arcane trickster, and I think she has access to both of these spells. Once she gets high enough level. Let me throw
Right.
in the
Yeah,
chat if
so
I can find it.
it's well, it was built that way. I vaguely remember building it that way, where it would use yours. So, by the way, Kithri and Genesis both were here by 7, so you can go ahead and throw your inspiration on. All right, so go ahead. Give me just a second here. Let me check something. Go ahead and give me the check. You're based on your spellcasting ability. I don't remember if your action page has that. Let me see. It should, it's just tricky to get to. Let's see, it should be right here. Okay, it doesn't appear to be. Oh, wait. Is this it? Combat. I'm checking something, guys. I'm not falling asleep. Spells.
Never thought you were.
What is this? There it is. Okay. But it doesn't have a way to roll it. Okay. Never mind. So it would just be your it's odd it doesn't have a way to roll it. So it would be 10. Let's see. So the DC is 10 plus the spell's level. So it's ability check using your spellcasting ability. So it'd be intelligence. All right. So give me an intelligence check, please. And I may have messed up your actions page if I did. I've mostly changed the mode.
Okay.
So if you don't want that to be combat, you can change that back.
So is an intelligence just a flat intelligence roll or an intelligence save?
A flat intelligence roll. 18. Very nice. Okay, so the DC, as long as it's 8th level or less, if it is dispellable, it will be dispelled. All right, so I'm double checking one thing because there's a couple things going on. I just need to verify exactly what happens. All right, so I'm going to say you do see this blue wisp, like vapors coming from him, and you feel your spell take effect. So you, rules is written or not,
Dispelled
you know
something.
that something happened. You did get rid of something.
Didn't he also have mirror image on him?
Joy. What?
I mean, I thought he did.
Blank. Diminution. H next. Are you kidding me right now? Goodness sakes. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. This. Alright, so he sort of, you see him sort of blinks a little bit, looks around. He does not seem to be as confused anymore. He, as far as, I should say, he looks confused, but before he did not look confused. He looked very determined. Now he just looks confused.
Hmm.
Correct.
Huh. Well, I didn't see anything happen, I'm assuming.
you saw nothing happen because Kithri is
Kithri's
invisible,
invisible.
and
Yep.
He's behind a cart.
yes, correct.
Well, I think I was planning on like circling around the cart, so I guess I will continue to do that.
Gene. Nice. 20. Let's zoom in a little bit on this map. So you can see the little gnome in a red dress there. All right, so you went to your 20 feet. Now what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm not actually in a box. Well, I'm fairly certain I never really intended to attack him, but
Go ahead and since now you can see him, go ahead and give me an insight check in the tower.
wait, did they add?
By the way, if you're not wearing your earplugs, a couple of you still have them in. So if you want to turn them off in your effects, please.
Honestly, Kithri might still be wearing hers.
Oh yeah, Logan, I haven't taken them back from you, but
Oh,
you do have the effect on at the moment.
well, I'm pretty sure I would have given them back by now.
I thought so too, but like, take the effect
I
off.
can't take it off. I didn't add it.
Oh shoot, I did.
So you come around the corner, you're looking at him, and you see that he is slowly standing up. He's no longer, and the mirror images fall away, and he's no longer in an offensive posture.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Well, since he doesn't look like he's gonna fight, I guess I'll wait.
Okay, she keeps trying to stop Tusk. Come on. All right, so he's so looks up at Tusk, sees the woman there. Says, Bruma, what are you doing? What is this? Did this half orc hurt you? And she lets go of Tusk and runs over, and they start talking. Genesis?
I guess since Crack has gone that way, Jen is going to circle around the cart, kind of cautiously. She heard a voice that seems a bit calmer than he was before. So she's going to circle around with the intent to talk. And I am way too zoomed in. I
And
guess it's
give me an
kind of.
insight check in the tower, please.
You'd think at this point I would have learned to like not cover up the tower.
It's hard to do though. Like,
It's just in such a convenient corner.
You can move it too, by the way. Right click on it and unlock it, and you can move it anywhere you want.
I definitely remembered I could do that.
All right, so yes, so you know for sure that he's no longer under the spell. He's clearly doesn't know what's going on. It's clear he doesn't remember what happened. Um, as you watch him interact with Bruma, and but you do see that he is still has all these boils and things, and he's absentmindedly sort of scratching at some of them.
Okay. I think Jen's going to interject into their conversation. Did, ma'am, I'm assuming that you might know what was happening before he ended up like this. What happened?
All right, so Genesis, give me a persuasion check. Just roll it out in the open. And is anybody else going to do anything offensive?
I
Hmm.
do not plan to.
All right, so we are out of combat. Tokens are unlocked. All right, so with your 21, they sort of look up at you. Let me check something real quick. And he turns to you and says, "Oh, you're aren't you the one that played at the last Winter's Festival?"
Yes, I am. Genesis Stillwater at your service.
Well, to answer your question, I was eating, and you see him scratching a little bit. We were eating lunch, and we've been only about 10 or 15 minutes. Our food had just come when all of a sudden this started happening, and he points to himself. And then I was out here, and I had cast magic missile.
You might want to stop scratching at those. It could make it worse. Did you eat something weird? Do you have any allergies that you know of?
I've been allergic to mushrooms since I was a wee gnome, but I didn't eat any mushrooms that I know of. Um, Go ahead and get three. Actually, all three of you can see him. Go ahead and give me insight checks in the tower. All right, so all three of you notice um, that he's not saying everything. Um, Genesis, you see that he's hiding something because of the woman. He doesn't want to say something in front of her.
Ma'am, is it alright if I talk with him in private for a moment?
She looks confused, looks back and forth, and he says, well, uh, I'm sure
I
the
just want to ask him some questions about the magic he was using. It was really interesting.
I'm sure the minstrel means me no harm. Go ahead, go back in, and I'll come back in just a minute. We can forget any of this ever happened. So she sort of says, okay, I'll check on our table. She goes back in, and he blushes, and she says, "Well, this is Bruma. This is our second date, and I wanted it to go well. So I had bought a potion of joy, but typically, I'm a nice guy. I'm happy. So I watered it down and made two of them, and so I took the first one, and then 10 minutes later, this is what happened. I'm not even sure what happened. Did I hurt anybody? I can tell some of my magical powers are gone, but I don't know what happened besides the mirror image.
Oh, nothing we can't recover from. We're a party group. I don't know too much about potions, but I'm pretty sure that you probably shouldn't be messing around with them. I guess, where did you get it? Uh,
It was one of the potions. What do you mean you shouldn't mess around with potions? Come on, you're an adventurer. How many potions have you taken in your lifetime? Dozens? Hundreds? We take
well,
potions all the
yes, but
time.
you still shouldn't modify them. They're meant to be used as packaged.
Pah, that wasn't what it was. They must have used some kind of mushroom when they made this. That's the only thing I can think of. Um,
And you
Give me
didn't
just a minute.
think to
And
ask?
so he digs around in his pouch. Ah, I didn't bring it with me. I've got a lesser restoration. But I didn't think I would need it going on a date. uh, these are driving me nuts, though. I can't. I'm supposed to look around. Where's that temple? Temple again. Here. Tell you what. So he digs out and he hands you a little vial. Here's the other potion of joy. Uh, it's supposed to make you happy and uh, make you talk better, make you think better on your feet. Um, and so I put a little spring in your step. But these damn, whatever they made it with, it doesn't interact with this body.
Okay. Actually, do you mind giving me your hand? And she reaches out for it.
I only have two.
Well,
Can't be afford giving you one.
the picture says otherwise. But her hand is outstretched, waiting.
So yeah, so he'll take your hand.
And she's gonna do Cure Wounds again. And I guess we're gonna do it at level 2, because why not? I hope that helps a bit.
And that is Bruma. Sorry for the tardiness. So you see that several of his wounds heal up, but the boils are still there. He mentioned himself it would take lesser restoration to get rid of the boils and the allergic reaction.
Well, yeah, but it'll at least help for a little bit until he can actually fix it.
Look, you look like you're not shy on words. A nice looking lass like you. You mind going in and tell Broomer just to wait 5 minutes? I'll be right back. I gotta get rid of these. They're driving me nuts. I can't. I wouldn't be able to even talk to her, uh, itching like this.
Well, I will say, if she's still willing to wait around for you after all this,
And she threw
she
herself on an orc to protect
she's
you.
likely to stick around for a bit longer. So try not to be quite as nervous.
So is that a yes? You'll go talk to her?
Yes, I will. Go on.
So he takes off. And you recognize the label on the potion is from fodder.
We meet again. Okay. Well, I guess she's going to. She doesn't know where Kithri is, but she's going to go over to Kraken Tusk, and they probably overheard things, but if they didn't, she goes ahead and does a quick recap of, well, he took a potion and it probably had mushrooms, which he's allergic to. Uh, I'm going to go inside and talk to. I forgot her name. I think it's Bruma, something
Yeah.
like that. I'm going to go inside and talk to her. You can come with if you want, or you can stay if you want. But
I'll stay out here.
All right, you guys were going to be splitting up anyway. So Kithri and Krek, what would you like to be doing while Genesis is wandering off? Where are you guys going to meet and when?
Well, Catherine's probably going to at least express the desire to go with Genesis.
are you still invisible?
No, because she cast a spell.
She casts
Yeah, as soon as she
dispel.
does dispel magic,
Oh,
she went visible.
oh,
Basically, if you do any
yeah.
kind of action as invisible, you become visible.
Ah, well, I rushed over that. Um, well, you're welcome to come inside with me and talk to her until he gets back. And Jen's gonna kind of start moseying towards the door.
All right, so you guys go in, talk. The waiter will bring you drinks while you wait. It's a very nice restaurant, not over the top, but something um, merchants and nobles would use. It's a decent restaurant. Um, seeing as how you guys just ate, you're probably not that hungry.
Yeah.
But hey, some
And
nice
he's
conversation would be
returns in a
good.
few minutes later. You see his clothes are clean and his skin is boil free.
Red.
Well, look at you. You're looking much better now. Hope you're feeling better.
Oh, yes. Not sure. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Bruma. You're the patience of a saint. Thank you so much for waiting for me. And he sort of stands waiting for Genesis's chair.
And she will
I'm
give it to
sure
him.
you ladies are busy. Thank you for your time again. I apologize for any problems that may have occurred.
Well, I'm just lucky nobody got seriously hurt. And she's gonna mosey on out of there.
All right, and so there it is. What would you guys like to do? Genesis, you had mentioned something earlier last
Yes.
week. So that still leaves Kithri and Krek, unless you're going to drag Kithri with you.
Well, Kithri's leaving. She would be like, "Oh, he's back. I'm out."
Yeah, we've already headed outside. But what he's asking is, Jen's gonna be off doing something for a couple of hours. What do you guys want to do?
Well, like I said, Kithri would probably like to follow Jen. But if Jen says no, she might give up. Maybe.
I'm just not sure that a couple hours of solemn meditation are your style.
Why does it feel like you're just saying that to make me leave?
I mean, you could
I
just.
mean, that's literally what she's gonna go do.
Well, Kithri might go check out the Thieves Guild and see if there's any news about the bounties that were on Genesis and Tusk. And after she is done with that, she might go back and like try to track down Genesis and keep an eye on her because those bounties were a thing and it's kind of dangerous.
Put up a counter bounty.
All right, so there's something else that happened during the meeting. Does anybody remember what happened during the meeting?
Oh
I
yeah,
do.
the thing that Crack told me about. Logan, do you want to share that with the whole party, or are you just telling Jen what happened?
I mean, like Crack is thinking he was already. Oh, I guess it's fine, but I don't know.
Well, it's your news. You go ahead and say it.
Okay, well, someone tried to scry me when we were in the meeting.
I'm just trying to think of.
And they could have easily scried someone else when it failed on me.
Well, don't you need specific things to be able to scry someone?
I'm not
Give me an
entirely
Arcana
sure.
check.
I was
Kithri.
gonna
Okay.
go read up on scrying during this time.
That would probably be a good idea.
Is a DC 15.
Oh, I rolled it in the tower. Do you want me to roll it in the
All
chat
right.
instead?
Nope, you good. You got 18 total.
Woohoo.
So the way Scry works, and Krek, you would learn this as well, is you choose a particular creature. So that's the first thing. It's not an object or a place. It's a particular creature, and then they make a saving throw, wisdom saving throw, and it is dependent upon how well you know them. So they can get modifiers, either +5 or -5, depending on how well you know them.
Hmm.
And if they detect that they're being scryed upon, they can choose, they don't know who it is, but they can choose to fail the save they want to allow
Hmm.
them to be scryed upon. And if it's successful, then a invisible little orb about the size of a fist appears, and that's what the person is viewing through. And so, for example, if you have see invisibility and would know to look for it, you could see that.
Hmm.
Also, detect magic may reveal that there's something magic in the area.
I mean, I have detect magic on right now. Do I see anything?
No, not right now.
Okay.
And then the last thing is, instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you have seen before. And the sensor appears at that location and doesn't move if you do a location you've seen before.
How long does it last?
Up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And
You
it
already
takes
told me that, but I
10 minutes
forgot.
to cast as well.
So we know that that happened, but I guess we do need to think about who would want to do that.
So you guys
I'm
walking as you're talking, or you're standing in the street? Where are you talking?
uh
Walking and
I
talking.
yeah, I think we would probably be walking at least until the part where Jen will split off. So just because of recent events, I'm immediately drawn to the idea that it could be the hag trying to figure out if it's safe to return to the Burning Keep. But I mean, it could be so many other people. So, do you guys have any suggestions of who it might be?
Well, if I had to guess, it would probably be one of our enemies. But
But which one?
yeah, no, I'm thinking like the Resh guy that marked Tusk specifically. Can't
Tuscan
remember his
Cromwell.
name.
I wrote it down somewhere.
I. Who are you talking about? Who is marked? This is in
Cromwell and
character.
Tusk. Oh,
So, but Krek was the one who brought up the scrying, so he's confused.
sorry, I wrote it down, but I can't find it yet.
You were correct in what you said. It's Tuscan Cromwell.
Yeah, I wrote down the name somewhere, but I'm not immediately finding it. Uh, yeah, we had something odd happen a while back. Uh, but essentially during the night, Tusk and Cromwell, you haven't met him, but they mentioned him at lunch. He used to travel with us. Uh, they woke up after, I think, an odd dream that was basically a veiled threat. And they had the letter R marked on their chests. Um, I'm not sure what else has come of that. Is anything coming to mind, Kithri?
So Nick's not here, but
Mm-hmm.
Tusk would say, uh, Well,
It
little
was
darling, that's not exactly correct. See, we had woken up from a long rest at the Laughing Goat Inn, Prancing Goat Inn, whatever, and we were getting ready to head downstairs when this man appeared in our room with us, and we couldn't move. And he reached out and burned this R, and he goes to show us, oh yeah, I forgot when we drank that potion from the demon, it was gone, but we've had it ever since, and it also drained a tiny bit of my life force too. But so that's officially what happened.
So how do we tell Nick that Tusk is now has to talk in a southern accent?
she's just Jen's like, ah, is this a doppelganger? Is this a doppelganger? I mean, this doesn't seem like Tusk. But yeah. Well, thank you. I wasn't sure I was remembering correctly. I'm glad you've got that burned into your memory.
Now is not the time for puns, Genesis.
And we done seen this guy again at the city council meeting. He's a merchant Rasserit.
Oh, that was his name. Thank you. You know, I'm normally better with people, I say in character as Genesis, while Mantha's horrible with names. Well, there's that. What a fun memory to think back on. So, could also be an option. I'm not sure what his motivations would be for scrying on the party, at least. Wait.
Checking if we're doing what he told us to or not.
Wait, but Rasserit hasn't met Krek before.
Mm.
And Krek got scryed on. So,
Attempted to get scryed on.
True.
Plus, you all were there at the city council meeting, so he has seen Craig.
True.
Actually, no, he wasn't. I lied. Never mind.
What?
That was pre-Craig.
Oh, yeah, it was. So, Rasserit has never met Krek. So it has to be somebody that we met somewhat recently.
The only thing I can think of is the hag, or maybe the demon that the hag employed? I don't know if that's the right word.
It's a nicer word. I will throw this out there, even though it's not my personal opinion, but we don't have to assume that whoever tried to scry had bad intentions.
I guess that's true.
It
Yeah, it could have been
could be.
Smilodon.
It could have been. I'm not sure that's his exact skill set, but
Well, you know him better than I do.
I've only met him a few times. If you're more familiar with the captain of the guard and you're not part of the guard, that's probably not good. But it could be somebody friendly trying to figure out where we are for some reason. But I don't know. I guess we could think on it a bit more, be a bit more wary. But overall, I want to get back to the Burning Keep as soon as we can. After we take care of things in down below, of course, or get a head start. But this is where I'm turning. So I will see you guys later. Shall we meet at the Prancing Goat Inn tonight when we're done with our stuff?
Don't forget, you guys had to pick up your barding.
Yeah.
Yes.
For those of you who ordered barding, except for Steelfoot, his is done.
I have to resummon Piper too.
Also, weren't we gonna try to meet up with Smilodon today, or we just gonna do that tomorrow?
Just
he
later today.
Yes, he normally works through the night, so he'll be awake later.
Okay,
Do you guys have a better place you want to meet?
I'm good.
So, Catherine? Prancing Goat, should we meet at the stable? Should we meet in front of Captain Smilodon's house?
I don't really mind. We can meet wherever is convenient.
All right, so you guys decided to meet at Laughing Goat Inn. What time do you guys want to get together?
What time is it right now?
It's currently like 1:30, something like that. So we can all have a few hours. It is
By the
1:05.
time you guys have been talking, probably 10-15 minutes. So
So like 6? I don't know.
I'm alright with that. Okay, well, got a couple hours of meditation in front of me. Good luck with whatever you're going to do. And
Yeah.
she's heading off because we are standing around talking for way too long.
all right, so Genesis, you're wandering back to the Bard School, correct? Is that where you're going to your quote
I thought
unquote
there,
room there?
I thought there was a temple to Sylvanas in the city.
There is. So that's where you're going.
Yeah, she'd probably want to just. So yeah, she's going to be going there.
All right. So, Crack, think about what you want to do. Kithri, what is it that you want to do? And is it something that you
Like,
don't want the rest of the party to know?
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure at least most of them know she's affiliated with the Thieves Guild. I mean, she has told them that she told them that there were bounties on Genesis and Tusk, right? I can't
Correct.
It
remember.
sounds familiar, so I'm gonna say yes.
So she's probably says like, yeah, I'm gonna go check up on those bounties and we'll head that way.
All right. So go ahead and give me an investigation skill. Roll.
Okay. Did you get it?
So it looks like they had changed the amount once.
Hmm.
but that was 2.5 weeks ago. You guys left 3 weeks ago from the city, and there was someone had scratched on there that no longer in the city. Whereabouts unknown on both of them. And that's as far, all what you're able to find out.
Hmm.
So they're still outstanding,
Hmm.
but they're much newer ones. There are a lot older ones there as well, but
Hmm. Well, yeah, I'll probably head to the Temple of Sylvanas because that's where Genesis said she was gonna go and kind of keep an eye on the area.
all right.
Like going in or like skulking around outside?
Probably skulking around outside.
Loitering in the city.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so give me a perception check, Kithri, and Krek, what would you like to do?
I don't think that Craig has been here many times before. Maybe like once or twice. Maybe he's just kind of looking around. I don't know. Very good way to like get kidnapped or something, but
Or impersonated.
he wants to know like the cool spots in the city, you know?
Oh gosh, I sure hoped Crack doesn't come back as a doppelganger. How would we know?
Kithri, give me a percentile.
Could shot Kithri and then it would be similar. I don't know. Just cast lightning bolt.
And there we go. Are you kidding me? There is no branching go in? 62, okay. All right, so Krek, I need a percentile. Is there anything in particular that you are looking for, Krek? Or
Not
that you're
really.
interested in? I mean, Genesis likes books, musical
Yeah.
instruments. Kithri likes shiny things.
Maybe
Tusk likes
like
Mm-hmm.
blacksmiths and weapons.
library or like a magical area, I guess.
Okay, so you do pass by the Mage Guild. You see there is a Mage Guild.
Probably look around there.
Okay, this is annoying me, folks. Sorry. Let me prancing. Ha, it's funny. Okay, so let's go to assets. Check out images. Go to page 73. Ah, okay. All right, so you see it's a big building. It is. Let me find where it is. D89 D. Let's see, D89. Let me zoom in. Oh, there it is. All right, so there's the overhead map of Nashkel, and this is the Mage Guild.
Okay.
I'm going to start pinning the map a little bit more. Story. so that different things will be marked where they are, so you guys have a little better idea of what's going on.
Okay.
So it's a mage guild. Well, I mean, it's got training. You can train there. You can um, buy scrolls there. You can apply to become a teacher there. It's all about wizards. Majority of it is about wizards.
Hmm. I mean, I don't think Craig has anything in particular in mind. Just kind of wants to, I don't know,
Shoot.
look around, I guess.
All right. So besides you do see that there are a couple different places for lots of different private residences. You see that the place behind it and beyond it over here. These are new buildings,
Oh,
and they're residences as well, and including the smaller ones, just different sizes. You see a couple of them have been moved in, but several of them are for sale. Um, and just looking for the other location things. Do you have any? Do you worship anybody in particular? A deity that you worship?
no, I don't think so.
All right, all right. And you do see that the middle of it is the Briarwood Castle. Um, used to be known as the Overlord. Sort of past, it sort of doesn't really go by that anymore. Just more of the Lord of the city of Nashkel. Uh, isn't really as involved with the day-to-day affairs as he used to be. City Council handles most of that. But his entire complex is walled and guarded, um, including the 4 turrets around and towers around the edges of it. Have guards as well. And as the saying goes, if you're not looking for anything, then you find it.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
There we go. Kill that. All right. So, how you said a couple hours, Genesis? And was it anything in particular? I don't remember exactly what it was that you were hoping to do beyond just pray. I know that you have fulfilled your quest.
Yeah. I guess she's kind of rolling it into one. For one, she needs to resummon Piper, and because she got him through her god, that's going to be part of the thing. But in addition to that, she's kind of noticed that since the Burning Keep, her magic has been a little funky. So she's basically taking this time to kind of recenter herself and, like, I guess, like, strengthen that connection she has with her god to maybe make it feel less funky or figure out why it's doing that. And she's basically trying to figure out her life just by thinking very hard for a couple of hours and maybe find new direction if it is so willed. But mostly resummon Piper and try to get that stronger connection with Sylvanas.
All right, so give me religion and percentile. And a 20 sider.
She doesn't know all that much about religion, but she just does what feels right.
Genesis 14. Okay, today is 17. Are you serious? Okay. All right, so you are able to get Piper back, no problem. You come out of your trance, and you see Kithri sitting cross-legged, about 2 feet from you, staring at you. Um, she's pretending to read a book on Uncommon, but it's upside down, so it's clear she's just staring at you. Kithri, you do not see anything out of the ordinary as you're making a round around the temple. And you do see that Genesis has gone into one of the little side gardens. And your next lap, you see that Piper's back with her. What in the world is that? Okay. Okay. All right, so time passes. You guys meet back up. Go get your barding. A couple of you see each other as you're getting your barding and your animals fitted. They have brought the animals from the stables. You bring your animals from the stables to the merchant. He shows you. Takes about half an hour. Shows you how to apply it, how to clean it, how to store it if you're not going to be using it for any reason. Explains how long they should be wearing it. Explains how to rotate the blankets underneath and all the different little particulars and ins and outs of using armor on an animal.
That's good.
Also explains, that it may take a little bit of time. You should work with the animals, practice, try to do some combat training if you can. If nothing else, at least get them used to wearing it before it's a life and death situation.
Yeah.
And he explains that, like everything else, after a while they will get used to it. So even if they fight it at first, after a while they will get used to it and stop fighting it as much. And some animals even grow to like it, especially when they see how it protects them, depending on their intelligence and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so at this point it is now 7 p.m. are you working your way over to the barracks?
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
wanted to check up on Captain Smileton.
All right. Quick, give me a percentile.
It's okay. Definitely could be worse.
You're right.
Look, I made a worse roll right there. It's right above yours.
All right. So not sure why. Do any of you still have the map open for Nashkel?
Yeah.
Like the overhead map?
Yes.
I think I do.
I do.
Um,
Yep.
so on my screen, I see the green pin, but I can't click it to see what it says. Can any of you access and see what it says?
I can see it, but when I click it, nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Oh.
okay. That's the key. All right. So now you guys, even if you close the pop-up that just happened,
Yeah, when I hover over it, it says Mage's Guild.
Yep.
cool. And when you click it, you can pop it open and it'll say it. All right, cool. So that's that was the key. I have to actually not only make the link, the pin shareable, but actually share the window. So now I know because I've been trying to do this for several maps, and I've been frustrated because every once in a while it'll work, and I don't understand why. Now I do. Okay, awesome. So I'll be doing this for the Nashkel overhead map, more probably Jasper Moon as well. Um, I did that for Jasper Moon, but again, some of the links weren't working. Uh,
Yeah.
just to make it easier for you guys to understand a little bit more where things are. Okay, so you get to the barracks, the gatehouse, and you see that you hear, even as you're walking up, you can hear Captain Smilodon's voice. He is giving a briefing on different events happening in the city, giving out different patrol routes and different commands to different people. So you wait about 10-15 minutes till he's finished. And what would you like to do? You see guards leaving, and they sort of shake, nod to you and Genesis and Kithri.
Oh, sorry. um, I guess trying to catch the eye of Captain Smilodon. I guess he's probably noticed that we're here, actually. So, I guess when he looks like he's not too busy, we're going to head up and talk to him. Crazy.
Ah, nice to see you again. Glad you made it back. Did you dispatch that witch?
Not yet. She escaped to another plane, so we have uh, intel that says that she might be back at the end of the week. So uh, we will be heading back there in a few days' time. But we wanted to check up on you. It looks like you've recovered nicely.
Nothing like a good rest and some good food, good loving, if you know what I mean. Get you back on your feet.
Yeah. So I'm curious. When
Six
you
and 7.
got back, was the person pretending to be you still here, or did they mysteriously disappear just before you got back?
Well, as luck would have it, the when I returned, it was during the day, so we haven't seen hide or hair of this other individual. We've been doing some research. Got some mages working on it, doing some investigations to try to find who it is and what it was. They're guessing it was a doppelganger, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah, we've had some problems with doppelgangers in the past too. Oh, do you happen to have that item that I gave you?
Go. He does.
Ah, and I will take it back from him. Well, I'm glad you took such good care of it, and I'm glad that you actually are who you say you are. And she kind of chuckles, but like does it in like a little bit of a nervous way. Um,
I don't know what's got you so spooked there, darling, but we've had our share of doppelgangers before. We'll get to the bottom of it, don't you worry.
They're just a pain in the butt to deal with.
oh yeah. Especially if you don't know to be looking for them. Well, we will be in the city for a few more days, and we will probably be back by probably mid next week. So if you need anything or have any questions, or
Weren't we gonna
I don't
check out
know,
the sewers?
yes, we are.
Weren't the guards investigating the sewers? So we should tell him.
I didn't think it was the guards, but
I'm pretty sure he specifically said the council member specifically said to talk to the guards about it, but I could be mistaken.
I do remember them saying to talk to the guards about the whole Smilodon situation, but I mean maybe. Um, are you going to bring that up though?
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, we'll probably look into the sewer area while we're waiting for the hag to return.
Oh, yeah, that's a shame. You guys knew Sergeant Cromwell, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
well,
didn't, but they do.
well, at least I still have hopes that he's still alive and kicking. He's tough, so
Definitely keep us informed. Let us know what happened, one way or the other. He's a good man. I would be surprised if this something like this would be able to take him out. But then again, I'm not sure where he is, so I'm not sure.
well, hopefully he's still all right. He's a good man.
Um, so just so you know, a little bit more information. They left on the 4th with 2 men that he picked, 2 guards that he knew well. One was a ranger. One goes out hunting, and we city guards used him many times before. Knows his stuff. Thought maybe it would be good to have a second set of eyes down there in case we need to track something or not knowing what was going to be down there. Didn't want just soldiers, so I took him and one of our other men, real good with the sword and shield. It's a half elf, so you'll be looking for the dragonborn, the half elf, and the human. All three of them knew what they were doing, so maybe they just got sidetracked or uh, caved in or something. I'm not sure, but I'd be surprised if someone could kill them. I'll kill all three of them.
Yeah. And I don't particularly need it, but Jen's going to ask for like a description of, well, obviously she knows Cromwell, but of the other two beyond
Didn't
like,
you,
well,
you
like,
just gave a description.
well, like hair color, eye color, skin color, that kind of stuff. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, like, I'm not going to recognize it, but like, Jen will want
Maybe
to
they
know
did split
what
up
to look for.
by something. Yeah.
So she asks for that, and she makes a mental note of it.
All right, and soldier. So Captain Smilodon calls calls over this human standing there in who's talking to somebody else. He calls him over, and he comes over and looks. Says, "Hey, they're asking about these the two that went down with Cromwell." So you see he waves his hand a little bit, and a little person appears, floating in the air, a little illusion.
That's so much better than police sketches.
And then it shifts and changes. As this is a Diriel and Miradara. Uh, so if you want to take any notes or do anything with those,
Which one is the human?
Miradara.
Okay. And I'm sure you've already thought about this, but is there anything else you've heard uh, about that area that might be important to know going in? Any other people we should be keeping an eye out for?
No, sadly, we honestly, sort of looks around, didn't really handle it very well. We were with all the different things that were happening. Suspect of mages and spies and scrying, and Cromwell was keeping this whatever he found to himself. Just the three of them knew where they were going and even how to get below the city. Uh, Clearly, they found something and some way to get down there. But all I know is that he said that he had found something that was really interesting and he needed to check it out. And then he would let me know once he knew more. And that was the last we heard of him. And they left on. He told me he was leaving on the 4th.
Yeah, I know obviously they are still missing. But we did hear that another adventuring crew had gone after them. Any news on those guys that you guys knew about? Or is it just about the same?
City Council handled that. I'm not even sure what happened with them. They never even came to talk to me. They talked to the sergeant. Um, where'd he go? Thaddeus was the daytime watchman who was on duty, and they talked to him. But he really didn't. He knew less information than I did, so not sure where they went and what they did. I know they started on the 14th, but I mean the 11th, but I don't know anything about it. There was a couple of our watchmen had seen them throughout the city a couple times later that afternoon, but the last one saw them just after the noon watch, and they were down over by the arena.
Well, thank you. All that information was very helpful. Um,
I can tell you that it was uh, actually, now that I think about it, pretty similar to you all. It was a half orc, and there was a dragonborn and a little halfling. As far as I know, it was just the three of them.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
I
like
Craig
that
doesn't know,
scene
but
in
I know that I told everyone else about the entrance to the underground. If you
yeah.
forget, or that be not appropriate to share.
I'm just thinking of that scene in Shaun of the Dead where they basically the main characters of the movie run into a different group of people that's like the same like kind of people, like the same roles, but like played by more famous actors. So it's like you're going about doing yourself and that your stuff, and then like you run into like the actual main characters. So I'm just thinking of that with the Near group.
Now you have run into a group like that before, but there was 5 of them. The group you saw.
Yeah.
Well, rip.
So, are we gonna go?
I mean, yeah. Um, Thanks for taking the time out of your day to talk to us, Captain Smilodon. Well, I hope to see you again soon, and I hope to bring Cromwell with us. And unless anybody says anything, Jen's gonna start moseying her way out.
All right, so I've added those 2 into the proper nouns. note, so you guys can see those.
Yep.
Yay. Those are such pretty pictures. I've just been staring at them, like appreciating the little details.
All right, so what are you guys doing? Where are you gonna go? Have you even taken a long rest since you've been here? No, so you guys are
Nope.
still hurt. I don't know
Yeah,
how
we
you're
should
doing
probably take a rest and then go.
on spell slots and stuff, but
Okay, I know
Oh,
Krek
yeah.
doesn't know this, but I definitely remember Cromwell when he found the entrance. He definitely told everyone else.
Yeah.
So
Three
I
also
do
found
remember that he
then
did, but
I
I
know.
didn't take
Should I
all of
say
those.
it? Because I do remember. I just don't know
yeah,
if it's
go ahead.
appropriate.
in the
It
well.
was a well somewhere. I
Mhm.
don't know exactly where, but it was definitely connected to a well.
Well, I guess we can. Or let me say this in character. Well, we might want to. I can't exactly remember where Cromwell said that the well was, but they did say they last saw the adventuring party near the arena, so we can start in that area.
Okay, 3. You remember where he told
Yeah,
you?
no. She like nudges Genesis. I know where the well is. If we wanna head
Huh?
that way.
If I'm being honest, I think I'd like to sleep a bit first. It's been a long day.
Meanwhile, Kathri's over here. Sleep is for the weak. And yes, she is weak.
I mean, Genesis doesn't technically sleep because she's a half elf.
Yeah, she does.
I
It's
think
only
that's
elves
just
I
for
thought they
that.
full
went in
elves.
a
No, it's just
trance.
elves.
Oh,
No wonder she's been so tired.
Hmm.
Haven't slept
Well,
in a lot of years, guys.
um,
No, but that's elves. Jen is a half elf, and so she does sleep.
all right, so you're all splitting up again, going your various ways to sleep.
I mean, I guess Krek would just go to the Prancing Goat Inn because it seems to be the only place these guys know go to.
Yeah, in our past visits to Nashkel, Jen has stayed at a room at the Bard College, and that's where she's planning on staying tonight. Uh, but I should talk about this in character. Um, well, I have another place to stay for the night, but I know we've always met back here in the morning, so I will see you for breakfast. Yeah, that's what I got. Jen's gonna head off unless you stop her.
Okay.
All right, so Kithri, you should go into your normal place.
She'd probably hang out with Genesis. And because she is so worried about the bounty.
Well, I know you've stayed in my room before. If you want to stick
Mhm.
around, you were kind of staring at me a bit earlier. I wasn't drooling, was I?
Just a little bit.
I guess I'll be going then.
Well, I imagine that we're like outside the door of the inn or just inside the door.
Thought we
Like,
just left the
talking around.
guard area.
Oh, I thought we were walking you back.
Oh.
So that is the next question. Are you walking him back to the front to go to inn first?
um, well, the thing you sent me is, okay, yeah, we are walking him back, or at least like halfway. I'm not sure if they're in the same direction from the
Oh, my alarm went off.
place, though,
All right, so
from the barracks.
let's take a quick 5-minute break. My alarm went off and I just turned it off and ignored it. So we'll take a quick 5-minute break. Everybody come back at 8:40, at 8:50.
We will see you
Hey,
then.
Zinlu, hello.
Bye.
Hi, Zinlu.
Yes, Zinlu, actually, he just said hello. Yeah, so we're gonna take a quick break, Zinlu, and we'll be right back. We're actually going for another hour and a half till 10 o'clock. So it would be 1 your time. So thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you can listen, and I'll be right back. Wednesday. I said 59, I meant 49. But anyway, so for those of you who are back, speaking of Zinlu, speaking of Zinlu, he showed me that City of Heroes is back. It's a game I played many years ago. It was gone for about 5 to 7 years, and then fans brought it back just under 2 years ago, and
Nice.
I played it for many, many years with my father and my son. Built tons of characters and stuff. These type of role-playing games, I love making characters, getting them up like 5 or 10 levels, and then making a new one. I do that with a lot of role-playing games where you have a lot of variety. And City of Heroes is definitely one that has that. So I'm streaming it. If any of you watching like D&D and Heroes and stuff, I have a Heroes stream and a Villain stream. I had my wife make my hero, pick his powers and his look, and then her sister made the villain that I'm using. So I'll be alternating back and forth. Uh, so it's a lot of fun. I love it. One of my favorite games of all time. But so is D&D. Getting back to D&D. Looks like everyone is here. Back. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I typed in 59 instead of 49. I meant.
I muted my mic and had pushed to talk. It was a recipe for disaster. Yes, I am back.
There you go. All right, so we have threw a quote there for Zinlu. Speaking of Zinlu, let's put Zinlu on the spot, shall we? Do a little follow age on him. Very cool. One of these years, I'm going to. Thank you, Mantha. Appreciate you doing that. One of these years, I'm gonna do a follow age on somebody who's not following. So, looking forward to that awkward moment. But yeah, see, even there, his last thing he played was City Heroes. So cool. I know he's been struggling with his internet and computer issues, so he has not been able to stream as much as he used to. But I wish him well. I feel his pain. I've been there myself. At least he knows what he's doing and knows what to do. He just can't do it because a lot of his problems are out of his control. Anywho, thanks again for stopping by, Zinu. I appreciate you very much. All right, so you guys are making your way back to the inn.
And yeah. So while we're walking, Jen's going to wait for somebody to say something and then kind of laugh and like turn and like clap Kithri on the back, like gently, not hard. And she's going to kind of mutter quietly. And I sure hope Stream Eyes can read that language. Yes, it can. Okay.
Oops, I didn't mean to. I meant to highlight it in chat. To highlight it in chat, and it dragged it
Haha,
by
now I
mistake.
know your secrets.
Anyway. Yes.
And
Fine.
yeah, so Jen's gonna kind of keep walking as if she said nothing.
All right, Kithri, for sake of argument, give me insight with advantage. I'm going to say it's a DC 12.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, so you pick up what she's putting down and know exactly what she's intending. I didn't know I had this here.
Ashley
Man,
doesn't know exactly what she's intending, but it's fine.
So
mean-
she means that you're being followed, and that's behind you.
Mhm.
Somebody's is there behind you.
Oh, I thought like maybe she was insinuating I should jump them or something. I just need the player, not a character.
It's really dark outside. I wonder if there's any owls about.
Well, I suppose. Where is Athena? Is she in the nothingness space? I might
Correct.
have put her in there. Okay. Well, let me look at that spell actually, so I can see if I can do it sneakily.
I believe you can summon them within 30 feet. So, if I'm not mistaken, so you can summon her, in an alleyway or something where somebody behind you wouldn't be able to see,
Hmm.
and then tell her to fly the other way. That type of thing. Or 30 feet straight up. The sun has set. It is still just after. It's still a little dusk, so there's a little light in the sky to the west, but not much. The shadows are deep. The lanterns are being lit. I'm not seeing this stupid inn that I had. I've used it so many times before, and I'm not seeing it.
And while we're doing that, Jen's just gonna keep going on small talking with Crack and Kithri if she wants to jump in. But I have a feeling that most of the conversation is Jen because both of your characters are not the most talkative.
Yeah, I
But
feel a little bad honestly. But,
she's basically making sure that there's not like a lull, like a obvious lull in the conversation, trying to keep that up so that nobody would suspect anything.
I don't see it at all, people. This is so annoying. So I had a map for those of you in chat.
See. The only issue with ducking into an alleyway to summon Athena is
There
that
it
would
is.
look just as suspicious.
No,
So
you can summon it within 30 feet of you.
You
don't have
can
to go
summon
anywhere.
Athena into the alley so they don't see
Oh,
her pop in.
that's what I thought, because I might have to do
I found
some
it.
spell stuff that I
She's
might be
not dead. If she's not dead, then you can
Yeah, yeah,
unsummon her,
That's
but
what I'm looking
you
for.
can resummon her basically whenever.
yeah. Okay. No, that makes more sense. I was just thinking like there might be specific components of the spell that would give away the fact that I'm doing a spell, but
Well, the spell was already cast. She's just hiding, basically. She's kind of
Correct.
I
popped
guess
into a rope trick and
I
then
didn't
popped
know
back out.
if that would be obvious that I was casting a spell. So if it's not, then I will summon Athena into an alleyway or something. And she is going to keep an eye on things for me.
All right, so I have her give me an investigation check, and with advantage.
Investigation. I don't think she has an investigation. So, I mean
Go ahead and give me
perception.
perception. Go for it. That's fine.
Oofed. It's okay.
Hey, advantage is so nice,
Hmm.
though.
It's true.
Interesting. Okay. And give me a stealth check for her in the tower, please.
I was about to throw it in the chat. Thank you.
Oof. She rolled a 6, folks. She rolled a 6. All right. Then they went back to work. All right. Give me a percentile, Ashley.
In the chat.
No. Yes. Percentile in chat. So in your proper nouns, there is the Burlow Winery, which I put in there as it's rather different than a winery.
It's a winery.
They have the best wieners this side of Baldur's Gate. Anyway, let's see. It would be. It's even funnier because it was not on purpose.
Can't believe you fixed it.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Trying to unsuccessfully multitask.
Get the feeling.
All right, so you see a person who, the hell? You see someone who is skulking, trying to keep to the shadows, and a crossbow bolt comes flying past Athena.
Hmm.
So it's clear he has seen her.
Well, she's probably going to fly away. Like she had nothing to do with this and she got spooked off.
All right, so
Come on, Logan, don't leave Jen to talk and chat alone.
Oh, I was just waiting
you
for
guys
Sven
get
to
to the
finish
pants and
talking.
go in. K3, do you say anything to Genesis about Athena?
Nope.
Oh, it's campaign.
No reason to like give it. Yeah.
What? It was data? Black Oak. All right, so correct. You come in. It's a lively inn, and here it is. Okay, image record. This is the Prancing Goat Inn. Boom. It's from Athena's view. She's flying way above it.
Okay.
And Genesis and K3. Let's see.
I have too many tabs open. I thought I accidentally hid what you sent me. Did you send me anything? I got the prancing goat in, but I don't think that's.
No, I did not send you anything else. Except for a roll just now.
I got that.
All right, so not surprisingly,
30
Genesis,
total.
you notice him first. You see that in the curtained corner, you see Rasserit. And as the three of you come in, there is a person sitting in a little stool to your left. He stands up, walks towards you all, and says, he's a very large, thinking human, although his skin color is slightly off. It might just be where he's from, but he's a good 6.5 feet tall, very well built. He's squeezed himself into a cotton shirt and is wearing leather pants, boots. Um, he has brass knuckles that are with fancy leather coming from them that wrap all the way down his wrist, down almost to his elbow in a fancy pattern. And he says, well, hello there, Miss Kithry Stillwater.
Um,
Creek.
that.
Uh,
Oh,
Mr. Risserat would like your company, please. And he sort of motions toward the back there.
well, I don't
Uh,
want to go.
None of us really want to.
I feel like we kind of have to.
We don't have to. We could run.
Just raise your hands, start running out. Ah!
Just jump right outside and call for the guard. I mean,
I mean, I guess I'll look at Kethri and start going over.
well,
It's probably stupid, but like, I don't know. The saying, curiosity killed the cat, so I'm probably gonna die.
You're
well,
not a
as
tabaxi.
Well, I'm curious, that's the thing. I want to know why he wants to talk to me.
well, yeah, but also like, don't. Okay. Well, as much as Jen doesn't like the situation, she is one for diplomacy. So,
Let's
she's going.
be
Yeah.
diplomatic.
Hmm.
Who says he'll be diplomatic?
Well, I mean, at least it's a public
I mean,
place.
okay, realistically, when hasn't he? I'm just saying, when has he outright attacked anyone?
I mean, I'm pretty sure
When he
branding
gave
people
them sleep
is.
paralysis and attacked them.
It's not. It's slightly different.
Well, so
Uh,
Jen's going
whatever.
to head over to the table and sit, I guess, against the wall where she can kind of see the rest of the inn. Or, yeah.
So he stands and says, "Ah, the Nashkel heroes. Welcome back." You see in the table before him there's several different um, pastries and baked goods, pies, lots of several different desserts, um, and
Why does he know his way into our hearts? It's
even
very
some
sad.
what looks to be
It's
like a
'cause
sherbet, some sort of frozen thing.
we always
And he
swap for
says,
ice cream.
Ah!
"I won't take up much of your time.
Yes, this
I
is
understand you met with my. I was looking for the guy's name. I can't find his name.
Nevaeus, something
The
like
one that
that.
he spoke to, the councilman you spoke to earlier, Ed Grimley. I
Ah,
understand you spoke to Councilman Grimley earlier today, so I thank you for keeping us abreast of what you're doing. I simply wish to offer you my support and say, please continue researching and continue the search the way you're going. Doing anything else at this point would simply be a waste of your time and perhaps even dangerous for those who are already lost.
That
So,
doesn't sound suspicious at all.
Nashkel thanks
yeah.
you for your hard work and diligence. Please enjoy. And he points to the table and he walks out.
Well, that was a surprise. Unfortunately, I don't like surprises. And Jen stands back up. She's not even like seriously looking at the food.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Crack would be that hungry.
K3,
Hmm.
you have a roll.
I mean, yeah, there's lots of food. There's probably a roll too.
Oh, gee.
uh,
Can I use my inspiration
Right.
because we're
You don't really
almost
need
done?
to because they both rolled high enough and it's a party
Mm,
roll check.
okay.
Um, so I'm not going to whisper name individual.
it
Um,
was a
Mm.
DC 18 check, guys.
so it's clear that he is happy that you're not pursuing anything having to do with necromancer. I want you to keep away from that search.
Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, no, we're definitely going back to that search. Just other things are
Later.
taking precedence.
Kithra kind of wants to eat the food. Not gonna. Can I do some kind of
That
check
roll is
to see
looking
if
pretty
it's
good,
been
huh?
tampered with?
I mean, there's
Sure,
the
you can give
sherbet
me
there.
a. What would you like to do? What are you trying to do? Just looking
Mm,
for to look in? You looking for razor blades or looking for
You know,
detecting magic? What do you want to do?
we can
and
always
so
just
she
buy
might do
food.
detect magic, but like also in like the art of subterfuge or whatever. Like she probably has a little bit of experience with food getting tampered with and stuff, right? So she kind of knows generally what areas to look for. Maybe sleight of hand.
So it really just depends on when it was tampered. So
Mm,
uh, go ahead and it would be an investigation check, uh, and you wouldn't be able to tell if it
in the
was
tower.
poisoned while it was being made. Yes, in the tower. But you could tell if they added poison to it after it was made. That type of thing. You look for, you know where to look for those type of things. You don't
Mm,
see any kind of indication that any kind of liquid or even gel or jelly or anything that you would mix poison with was added later. Um, worst case is if someone knew enough in advance, they probably would have baked it in.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as far as you can tell, it looks good.
Well, Crack, if you didn't catch from the words Rasserit earlier that the man just said, that's who we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun.
He seems like a lovely guy who just wants the safety of his city, yeah?
Yes, has no personal vested interest in anything regarding some matters that we are looking into. No, no. And yeah, Jen's not even touching the food. Oh, there's a picture.
Oh.
Well, he looks like
Did
a
you look
swell
for
dude.
like the most punchable face or something?
This guy
I used
looks
to
like
take. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no. He looks like the kind of guy that would bully you in middle school for your socks not matching.
Well, I guess I'll see about renting a room.
All right, so Tusk is with you as well. And so, did you want to room with Tusk, or did you want to get your own?
I mean, depends on how big the rooms are, really. If they're decent size to save money, sure, why not? Save.
There's room enough for 2 beds, and you could both stand up. You'll be facing one another really close if you were to stand up at the same time in between the 2 beds. But beyond that, it's
I
it's
mean,
they're nice, comfortable, clean.
save money, sure, I guess together.
Okay. All right, so you guys get a long rest. Actually, I need one other check. So,
I will ask. On while Kithri and Jen are on their way to the Bard College, is the person that was following them before still following them?
all right, so since you're actively looking, I need a perception check from both of you. Um,
Okay.
it would be at disadvantage and yes in the tower.
Ah, shoot. We can just. Uh. Well,
Just roll a second one in the tower, Mantha.
at disadvantage or.
No, you
Just
already
roll
rolled
one.
one, so just
Okay.
roll one more.
I will never know which one is worse.
So you do not see anybody following you. Neither one of you notice anybody tailing you. Are you going to
Well,
employ Athena as well?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So give me just a straight perception roll for her. Actually, no. She gets advantage. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and give her advantage, even though it's dark vision, so officially she'll
Because
be at
she's an
disadvantage.
owl.
But she is an owl, so well, I'll give it to her with advantage.
2 rolls.
and once we get back to the
No, she does not
Well,
notice anything either.
Hmm.
once we get to the apartments, Jen asks Kithri, because she's kind of on edge now, understandably. So she's going to ask her about some more of those tricks, like the hair trick that she showed us while we were in the Burning Keep, to know if doors or windows or whatever have been tampered with. She's kind of on edge now.
All right. So the Bard College has rooms that are similar to a college dorm, very small rooms, a room for uh, it's usually two. It's a bunk bed with two different wardrobes for clothing, um, various pegs along the wall for instruments and clothes as well. You have graduated to where you have a single room to yourself. So it's not the bunk bed is still there, but most people use the top or one of them as like storage or a desk or whatever you want to do with it.
A
Uh,
nice soft space to put your precious instrument.
there you go.
Hmm.
But it's so it's not it's usable, and depending on how much money you put into it, you might add some stuff to it to make it a little bit more comfortable, more pillows, a better mattress, that type of thing. It's up to you. But the building itself is uh, this time of night, especially just after 8, still very loud. Several different people get together uh, and have the medieval equivalent of jam sessions where they're just playing together. Different people are practicing spells. Different people are working on music. Um, so all throughout the complex outside in different areas, you see people out there by themselves. You see people paired up. You hear cacophony of music as you're walking through the halls in different areas as you go to your room. And you guys get a long rest.
Wow.
There it is. All right, so check your spells. See if you want to tweak anything. Those of you who can tweak your spells.
I know I wanted to tweak one, but I don't remember which.
Oof.
Give me a moment to remember.
Maybe. I know there was discussion of remove curse. I don't know if you have access to that yet.
I already have that spell. Mwahaha.
You also may want to look at lesser restoration. Could have saved the poor gnome a trip. All right, section BB is where?
Well, if I can't remember it now, it's not important.
All right. So as you guys are you eating in the caf? Actually, you guys are heading back to the inn, correct?
Yeah, we're at least Jen's plan was to
Meet them back at the inn.
meet the party back at the Prancing Goat.
All right. So Kithri, as you're walking out, you notice there's in Thieves' Cant, as you open the door, Genesis' room, You see there's a indicator that there's something for you um, down the hall, and you find a small note.
Now, what does it say?
So it's in Thieves' Cant, so it's not specific. It's a short little limerick. It's not short, it's a longer limerick and poem type thing. But you're able to determine that's basically what it says. And it's there is also the symbol for leave a reply in the same spot. So how would you want to reply, or are you going to reply?
She is not going to reply. She's gonna scoff as she sees it and like look at Genesis and be like, "Let's get down to the sewers." Like, nope, we're dipping.
Is everything all right?
No.
Okay. Um, I guess we're going to head back to meet up with Crack.
All right, so you guys have breakfast. What did you do with the pastries last night, by the way?
Because we
Left
didn't
him on the
end up
table.
eating any. She kind of wanted to.
Craig, did you eat any of them?
I don't think so.
All right, so as you guys are paying for the Craig, as you're paying for your room and stuff, you see the rest of the people in the tavern. She innkeeper comes and gets some help, and they move the table out, and everybody starts going to town and enjoying it.
Alright. So I'm
Well,
getting poisoned, not me. I don't care.
Or he's genuinely just flaunting his money and trying to bribe us, but I don't care because I don't like him.
all right, so you guys eat breakfast and are heading out. I presume it's going to be about. Normally, I have you waking up about, since you went to bed early enough, about 6ish. You get over to the inn, eat, get yourself together. I would say it's about 7:30ish in the morning. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, One thing I will say while we are out and about in the town, I would like to stop by. Oh, I can't remember what store it was, but there was at least one store that sold little packets of the spell components you need for Find Familiar. I would like to stop by there before we get into doing things so that I can stock up.
So we can say you either did that the day before, or you would have to wait until 8:30 for them to open up.
I mean, I'm alright with retconning if you are.
Okay, go for it. And Kithri, we have one other piece of homework to do with you.
Okay.
So if we go to your abilities page, go ahead and get rid of that asterisk because you are now fluent in Undercommon as of
Hmm.
this morning.
Wow.
Apparently, I am a smarticle because learning a language is hard.
Well, you did take a feat, so.
All right. 7 p.m.
It is true
Go.
that that feat also made me more smarticle.
6, 7, 30. All right, so I was in the process of trying to figure out where the heck this thing is. So as you go there, let me show you the map. Whoa, that's weird. I'm not sure why. Oh, there we go. Okay. Um, so this is what it looked like before I got to it. And that's what it looks like now. So this is the gray to the left is the city wall. You've got the streets. There's a large section of grass. That's what the green is.
Hmm.
And the two temples have little buildings. If you zoom in, you can see the actually little walls there. The large building is a theater. Can seat more than almost seats more than 1,000 people. And the Mickey Mouse. Actually, no, that's the wrong. I'm in the wrong. There it is. So the Mickey Mouse thing on the bottom, upside down Mickey Mouse, 452. That's a granary. 454 next to it is a graveyard, memorial court. Um, you would it's called memorial court, whether or not there's actual bodies there or not. There are things like sarcophagi and statues and plaques and things. There's the Tutsun Temple and the Hanali Selenil Temple. No, they wouldn't cost more. Genesis, not Nashkel. If anything, it might be cheaper. And
Okay,
the
thank you.
main thing of interest is 330 because I can, like I say, if you care, I can let you know what any of these things are. And don't forget the light pink. That's redundant, but the pink buildings are two-story. That's why they're pink. Everything else is one story. Although the theater goes down, so it's probably a 25-foot ceiling. Anyway, if you want to know what any of the buildings are, you can check them out. That's fine. I'll no problem telling you what everything is. But 330 is the blacksmith, Dirk Ironfist, and there's that little circle next to him behind his blacksmithing shop is a well.
Hmm.
Well, well, well.
It's a deep subject for a shallow mind.
You've been waiting to say that forever, haven't you, Mantha?
No, I thought of it on the moment, but like, it's
Yeah.
very obvious.
See, if you zoom in, you got little shadows around it and everything. Huh? Pretty cool. See, and you can zoom way in and study the well, and it's even got shadows on it and everything. Because
Mm.
sometimes I get a little go down rabbit holes. But I stopped with this map, so that's a good thing. Because you guys are gonna be looking at it for like 5 minutes, and then it's gonna go away. So
Yeah.
anyway, let me. The other thing I was trying to do is to figure out where the heck this is on the overall map. So we're looking at 10 and 11 J and M. 10, 11 J. There it is. I sees it. I sees it. Okay, so let me. If you look at the overhead map, it's actually pretty simple, pretty easy to find. It's down by the arena. Follow the road up, you'll see a little Mickey Mouse ears, and it's right here. And I will make a story entry so I can pin it. So it is, as you guys make your way over there, it's now 8 o'clock. And what are you doing? You hear tink, tink. You see smoke coming. You see there's a couple horses out in the paddock area, and by the blacksmith. You see a teenager, very well built, but without a shirt, comes in, grabs some water from the well, goes back in.
K3, do you remember how Cromwell said to get there? Or did he just say where the entrance was?
I believe I know how the whole thing's worked, right,
Yeah,
Sven?
because I'm pretty sure she was with Cromwell.
No,
Unless
she
I'm
Or
wasn't.
I think I found it as well, or I found it first, but I didn't say anything because Kithri's a butt like that.
I honestly, Sven doesn't remember Kithri being involved in it at all. If she was, that's fine. But what do you remember?
I think I heard from somewhere about or I got a tip off from the Thieves Guild about the well. And then Cromwell found it, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's been a month.
Okay. Anyway, I don't, as a player, I don't remember. Oh boy. I think Kithri remembers.
I do remember. I think both Kithri and Cromwell did research independently, but like, I don't know if Kithri found the specific well or whatever.
Genesis, you have a roll.
Ah, thank you. I buried it. You know what?
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna use inspiration on
that
that.
does sound familiar. I do think you've heard rumors of that might be an entrance in, but nobody. I don't think you actually saw it. So Cromwell had said he'd followed somebody and was watching them. They climbed down the well and never came out.
That definitely does sound familiar.
Yeah.
So beyond that, he does not know anything else,
Hmm.
and so therefore didn't tell you guys anything else.
Well, that's worse. Jen doesn't know.
I could have. It's fine.
So, are we going to climb in that well in the middle of the day?
What's the problem? Just the well inspectors.
So the
Gotta
way
make
this
sure
is
everything's going well.
so the way this is set up, everything this whole green area is sort of a backyard. So the temples, all the buildings, the theater. Theater's closed right now. There's no activity there at all, as you can see. Um, all the small buildings and stuff are all mm, put in from. I mean, are accessed from the street, from the roads. So, in theory, it is possible that nobody may see you. However, the blacksmith is right there, so he might, somebody who's in there may see you. You just saw somebody come in and out, go to the well itself. Um, and then the only thing that you have to worry about is the barber shop number 250, and he's not open yet because he opens directly toward you. His door opens directly toward the well.
Okay. I guess before we all clamber around it, I think we can just send Piper to look over the edge, see if there's anything interesting. Maybe pop in if it's not gonna kill him.
All right, so give me a stealth check for Piper, and then I need a
The tower or in the chat?
in the tower, and then I need a athletics check, DC 10. And I'll say he has advantage because he is a ferret. He can climb pretty well.
It's good because his strength is horrible.
Have you seen a ferret try to climb down a rope?
Can I convince you to do that as acrobatics instead?
If you can tell me how that's an acrobatic feat instead of just climbing down a rope. Because he can't parkour down the thing unless he becomes medium. So what he could do is go down there as a tiny and then turn medium and then make an acrobatics check to try to parkour down, if that's what he wants to do.
I mean, that would probably work out better. So he's going to sneak in tiny, and then once he's kind of below the lip, become medium, and use both the rope and the wall to kind of stabilize himself as he goes down.
Okay, and again, stabilizing himself is athletics. So
yeah, I'll
anyway,
I'll do
just give me
athletics.
a roll for acrobatics. All right, and then give me a dex check. All right, so he starts to work his way down. I need a percentile from you as well, and the sides are nice.
Did I get a 100?
No, yeah, 3.
Oh, okay.
So, so his strength check was a 6. And so he starts going down. He's trying to work his way down, face down as a tiny creature down this rope. The rope itself is wet and slippery at points, and he just starts to lose control. So he bamps himself into a medium creature, and goes to try to brace himself and starts to slip and fall. So he starts trying to bounce himself off the two sides, and he goes through the wall about 12 feet down and finds himself inside a passageway.
Oh,
Well, so I found out where the person that climbed down went.
He sticks his
We
head back out and looking up and around and down, you see he sees he's behind an illusionary wall.
we're just gonna, or Jen's just gonna tell him to kind of stand back from the opening and wait for them. Uh, so we found it. And now we need to find out how to not cause a scene getting in.
just do it. If you act confident, no one will question it.
I'm pretty sure the blacksmith will question us climbing into his well. I mean, I've got a reputation to uphold, but
I mean, if it's really that important to you, I guess I could try to misty step into the well.
Oh yeah, we
oh
do
my
have the
gosh, we
stepping
do.
wheels.
We could do that.
It seems kind of pointless to burn a spell slot on, but if it's that important to you, I will do it.
Wait,
I mean, he
if
could
I-
just crawl it by himself. If we misty step in, then we aren't seen. It's just Craig that gets seen crawling into the well.
if I can see the inside of the passage through Piper's eyes, can I Misty Step there, or does Jen specifically have to be able to like in line of sight? For anybody that's watching,
So go ahead.
we are talking about our stepping nails, which basically have Misty Step built into them. So a few of us in the party have them hammered into our boots so that we can cast Misty Step without actually casting Misty Step.
So your familiar does allow you to cast touch spells through it. Um,
But I can also see through his eyes, can't I?
with the caveat that this may not be something I allow every time. So, like if you're in the middle of combat and you want to teleport to where he is and he's behind a wall or something, I may not allow it.
Okay.
Um, this particular one time, I'll go for it. That's the only thing you guys can come up with. But that still leaves Krek and Kithri.
Kithra
I
could
mean,
turn
Kithri
invisible.
could do the same thing with Athena, couldn't she?
Also, she could turn
I
invisible.
guess
I could also turn invisible.
you could also just look down the well and then cast Misty Step if you really wanted to. But it seems that Krek has no problems about just climbing in. So Jen's like, well, I'll see you down there. I'll reach out a hand so you know where it is. and she just kind of poofs into her silvery mist.
So make sure
And
you mark it off that it's been used.
there we go. So that
To
leaves
be
you guys to
fair,
get down.
Guthrie never really uses her spells anyway. So I could just use invisibility and climb down there. Why not?
All right, so mark,
Goody.
put yourself as invisible. We already have yourself marked as invisible.
If
What is the duration of that?
I think it's an hour.
I'm scrolling. Concentration up to 1 hour. Yep.
All right, so go ahead and give me an athletics check and an investigation check. Are you using the rope? Which is actually, the rope isn't attached to anything, so you can't use the rope. The rope is attached to the bucket, and it's not going down, so it's so you're scaling the wall. It is not
Oof.
very smooth, so it's pretty simple, pretty easy roll.
Still 0 is not very encouraging. In the tower?
No, nope. You know how well you climb.
If you fall, you'll know it.
That's true.
All right, that's just what you need. So it's you
Squish
work your way
me.
down, but I need an investigation check.
In the tower? Or
Yes. Oh,
I mean,
I'm sorry. No, that
Jen
wouldn't have
is.
been in the tower. So yes. So you see a hand coming out with middle finger extended, and
Fucking took you so long.
shows you where to go. And you work your way around, and you realize it's about 10 feet down. As closer to 12, 15 feet, there's an illusionary wall, and there's a starts off as a 5-foot passage that extends up to about 7 foot tall. Pretty thin. You could sort of squeeze by each other if you needed to, but it's about 3 or 4 feet wide, and starts working its way down pretty quickly. Crick, how are you getting in?
just gonna walk up to the well and climb down. I don't know.
All right,
If
so
anyone
He
looks
doesn't
at him
care.
before
or
that,
something, he'll just give like a half wave, half salute kind of thing and just crawl in.
Oh my
all
god.
right, so Crick, I need a percentile. All right, so you now have the pin for that.
Wow.
And I need an athletics check, correct?
I'll be honest, it's not his strong suit.
But
All right, so you're able to slowly make your way down, using your claws to get the grip you need, and you see two hands sticking out of the wall with their fingers extended, telling you where to go.
K3's invisible.
And
Okay.
so
Jen
as
is
you
just
work your
sticking
way
both hands
down,
out.
you sort of stand up and straighten yourself out, and you hear, and you see the rope behind you, and you hear a
What?
splash as somebody drops the bucket down and slowly starts pulling the rope up.
Jeez, if I was any later, I might have been hit on the head.
All right, so you have found the secret entrance to somewhere,
so somewhere.
and you start working your way down, and you find that there is as you start getting, like I said, it winds its way down. There are several places where there are steps carved into it, and it goes down. You're guessing, are any of you trained in survival?
Yes.
Are you trained, or are you just doing your jack of all trades stuff?
She is trained in survival. She is actually better
All right,
than
so give me
Truscan
a
is.
survival check.
I've been trained in survival. At one point, I knew some things.
Yours is more training in the grasslands and outside and stuff. So underground is not as well. It's more just common sense for you. Um, so you guys have been traveling for about 10, 15 minutes, slowly working your way down. Now, Krek and Kithri cannot see, so how are you seeing?
I mean, I use my earplugs pretty
Light spell.
frequently.
Or
Okay.
do that.
I mean, how else is Craig gonna see?
Just blindly follow. I mean, if you fall, you fall.
Yeah, underground darkness is way different than nighttime.
So as you start going down, it starts getting a little more humid, and you smell water. And you realize you've traveled east and west more than you have up and down. You guess with the roll that you made, you guess you've gone about 20 feet maybe down. You're not really sure because sometimes there was sloping, sometimes it would slope up, so slope down. Um, but if you had to guess, you would guess you were somewhere by the theater, maybe. It's hard to keep track of your bearings um, with the way this thing was twisting and turning. You're not sure why it was built this way, um, but you find yourself stepping out, and you see that there's a platform, and it leads to this stone platform that you're standing on, and then there's a wooden. So as you step out of the wall, you see that you're in a underground river. So there's a river that's flowing. There is to the east, to your left. I mean, not east, to your left. Though it goes about um, what you're standing on goes about 5 feet and ends. So you're on like a little platform that leads right next to the water, about 2 feet above the water. The river is flowing and goes, it's like a subway tunnel or a sewage tunnel to the left. It looks mostly natural, although there have been some carves made into it. Directly in front of you, it's about 7 feet across, is the river. To your right, there's another wall. So where you're standing, to your right, there's a wall, and there's also a wooden dock. There's a boat there. So you're stepping out. You've got the only place to go would be onto the wooden dock to your right, and there's a boat that's moored there. Right where you're standing is room for a second boat, and you see there are chains going out about 10 feet that leads tied to ropes that go all the way out into the passageway on both sides. So give me so what kind of skill do you think it would take to figure out what these ropes do and the boat and things like that?
Maybe insight or investigation.
All right. Give
Yeah,
me an investigation.
insight, probably.
Mantha, what were you saying?
Oh, I was thinking insight to try and figure out like what the purpose of them is. Like, I don't know, like put yourself in their shoes and think like, okay, well, if I was putting these things here, why would I put them there? But like, I guess investigation works too.
Right, because insight specifically says the true intentions of a creature. Um, clues from body language, speech habits, changes in mannerisms and things. So in this case, there isn't even a drawing or anything to get any kind of body language from. So I would agree with more investigation.
I can roll investigation. I'm not that good, but
You can all
Probably
do it.
better than me.
I think Kithrie's the best in investigation, but I don't remember. You can all roll, it doesn't matter.
oh, what are we supposed to do in the tower?
Nope.
Oh,
Either know or you
I
don't.
did it in the tower.
All right, Kithrie, you want to save us?
Nope,
No.
apparently not.
I mean, might
I
as
can
well
use
use
my
my
20
inspiration.
feet.
inspiration.
Or
Okay, go for it. If you want to use your inspiration, go for it. May as well. We're wrapping up. Just want to try to explain this. I don't think I'm explaining it very well.
Oh my gosh.
I have a solid picture in my mind, and I don't think I'm explaining it very well. I should have.
Manfa, why didn't you just use your inspiration?
because I
It's
used
gonna
it.
expire. Oh.
All right, yeah, she used hers a long time ago, and rolled lower than her first roll.
Oof.
What was my first roll?
I don't remember what it was you used it on, but it was you rolled I think it was a 6 and then a
Oh,
5.
oh yeah, I know.
Um,
Last time. It's
but so what is this? Hold on. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, so the way it works is, so if you think of like a subway, that's the better way. Can all of you picture a New York subway in your mind, where you're standing on a
yeah.
platform and a train's going
Yeah.
by you? Okay.
Yeah.
Now to your right, there's a wall. So directly in front of you and to the left, the subway can keep going. You with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now instead of a subway, it's a river, and there's a boat. So there's a boat, and it's about 5 feet away from you. So you have to go across the dock to get into that boat on the other side. There's room for a boat on this side as well. And the way these boats work is you get in the boat, you then use this chain and rope to pull the boat into the tunnel. And you presume the other boat on the other, either you might use the same boat or there's another boat, would then use the ropes to pull you back and get on to the dock.
Oh.
Okay. See. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that is where we will leave it, as you guys are either about ready to start swimming or getting into the boat and following the boat that way to your left. That's where we'll leave it. So thank you for playing. I know it was a non-combat night. I'm always a little leery about non-combat night, but
It's
I think we
perfectly
got a lot
fine.
accomplished.
I mean, roleplay night is fun too. It's almost like this is a role-playing game.
So I tried to keep things interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's anything you
Yeah.
think of that you would thought, you know what, crap, Kithri really wanted to go do this or wanted to buy this. You had that 3 or 4 hour period. We can even retcon and say, wait a minute, I want to do something else the next day, the next morning, something like that. So if you don't want to, I don't want to take away being in a giant city like this. You guys can do pretty much anything you wanted, and nobody could come up with anything tonight. If you think of anything, next week we are doing our other campaign. So you have 2 weeks to think about if there's anything else you want to do as your characters in Nashkel before you head down below, because who knows how long this could be. It could only be 5 minutes, but um,
Oh gosh,
who
both
knows?
campaigns are trapped underground.
Yeah, who knows what could happen.
Oh no.
Dun dun
That's right.
dun.
We haven't had an aboleth yet in here, so and there is water, so
Please
Oh
no.
no.
Swimming sounds like a bad idea.
the famous Nashkel aboleth. Well, thank you for playing with me, guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to sign off, so everybody say goodbye to the stream.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for
Bye.
stopping by.
So if you guys want to catch up on what they've been doing, follow me on all the socials, the U's and the tubes. Don't forget to like and subscribe here. Here on my Twitch channel, I have links. So if you want to support me, I sell some things for Fantasy Grounds. I've got a link down there to my DM's Guild stuff. I've got my YouTube. I even have a Twitter, which I'm still trying to learn how to use. But it's there. You can follow me. I don't think I have any followers yet, so you can be the first. But like, subscribe, whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.